My name is Jack Scalici. I'm the Director of Creative Production at 2K.
Gonna shoot you right down, right off of your feet.
One thing that we all agree that we loved about the first Mafia, I mean, you can debate the gameplay, you can debate anything, but what's not debatable is that the story was epic, it was great. The atmosphere of the game had probably the most atmosphere of any game that has ever come out, and that's something we really, we wanted to duplicate in Mafia 2. The 1940s was very distinct with the cars. World War II dominated everything. There was no TV, there was only radio. The fashions weren't quite as flashy, the cars were very utilitarian, and then you go to the 50s, and all of a sudden the cars look like rocket ships. The music, the birth of rock and roll, calling it the birth of cool, the rebellious youth culture. So all these two distinct things, so we have these two distinct eras in the game, and that's where we really drew all our inspiration from. It was history, American culture. Between the combination of the shooter combat, the driving, the melee combat, and the overall story and the atmosphere and the music, there's nothing else like it anywhere. The driving is so tweaked and honed to perfection. They were making like a driving game, a racing game, and the other guys were making a shooter. But meanwhile, all of us are making this big thing that takes place in this big open city. So there was an equal focus on both. It's not just like, oh yeah, we need the cars to go here, whatever. The cars behave like 50s cars, but I mean, it's still a lot of fun to drive. I just love driving around, listening to the music. I mean, the city feels alive. I mean, pedestrians stop and mail letters, you'll see dogs running around. Everything just feels real. The shooter combat, we put a huge focus on that. A lot of times, combat in this type of game can feel kind of tacked on. It's not so in Mafia. Mafia 2 is really, when you play it, it's a cover-based third-person action shooter. DLC has been announced. I can't really give you too many details on that, but there is exclusive DLC for the PlayStation 3.